Imagine sitting in a heavy traffic jam on a scorching July afternoon. You feel that intense, radiating heat rising from between your legs. Suddenly, your high-performance V-twin starts to sound like a bucket of bolts. Dealerships say this is normal, but what if I told you 90% of it is intentional? We are talking about a thermal ticking time bomb designed into the machine from the factory. I have seen riders spend $8,000 on rebuilds because they ignored these silent assassins. Today, I am pulling back the curtain on your motorcycle's hidden mechanics. I want to move you from a mere operator to a true master of your machine. I have spent decades studying these rolling supercomputers. The secrets I'm about to share are the ones the industry does not want you to know. If you are tired of your bike feeling like a portable oven, you need to pay attention, especially to number one, the final warning sign before a catastrophic engine seizure. Before we dive into these industry secrets, hit that subscribe button and like this video. We provide no-nonsense advice to protect your wallet and your ride from industry greed. Now, let us get into the top 10 secrets to managing your Harley-Davidson heat like a pro. Number 10. The EPA Lean Burn Conspiracy. Your modern Harley runs hotter than your father's bike because of a hidden software configuration. To meet strict emissions standards, bikes are tuned to run a lean mixture. The computer is starving the engine of fuel to reduce emissions. A lean air-to-fuel ratio burns significantly hotter than a rich one, creating a blowtorch inside your cylinders. This lean condition is the primary cause of that blistering heat you feel at stoplights. Your engine pays the price with accelerated wear and tear. This leads us directly into our next problem, a physical heat trap right under your boot. Number 9. The 1-200-degree leg burner. If you own a 2017 or newer Milwaukee 8, you have a literal furnace inches from your right foot. Catalytic converters are hidden inside the exhaust head pipe. These trap and burn pollutants at temperatures often exceeding 1-200 degrees Fahrenheit. This radiates thermal energy back into the engine block and transmission. It is the reason your right calf feels like it is on a barbecue grill. Removing this restriction is an industry secret that shops often gatekeep. By understanding this localized heat source, you can tackle the problem at its root. Next, we have to look at how the engine cools itself through its lifeblood. Number 8. The synthetic oil advantage. Many riders think all oil is created equal, but that is a dangerous assumption. Switching to high-quality full synthetic oil can drop internal temperatures by 10 to 15 degrees immediately. This is all about molecular stability. Conventional oil breaks down and thins out at high temperatures. It loses its ability to lubricate and actually becomes a source of friction. Full synthetic oil is engineered to maintain viscosity and handle extreme thermal stress. It is a cheap insurance policy against an engine meltdown. Stop using the cheap stuff and give your machine the high-performance blood it deserves. But what if you could change engine behavior for free? Number 7. The secret handshake EITMS. Most owners do not realize their bike has a built-in survival mode called the Engine Idle Temperature Management System. This is Harley-Davidson's first line of defense against heat soak in stop-and-go traffic. When activated, the computer shuts off fuel to the rear cylinder at idle. This turns it into a massive air pump that moves cool air through the engine. To enable this secret feature, turn your ignition on without starting the engine. Then, roll your throttle forward for 3 seconds. If the cruise control light flashes green, you've unlocked a free cooling system. If it flashes red, you have disabled it. I once knew a rider in Florida who had his bike for 5 years and never knew this existed. He nearly cooked his engine in a parade. Knowing how to toggle this system is the mark of an empowered owner. However, EITMS only works at a standstill. Let's look at how to get more air while moving. Title card on number 6. The Aero Tank Lift Trick. This is a modification the factory would never suggest because it changes the lines of the bike. But the science of airflow is undeniable. By installing a simple bracket to raise the front of your gas tank, you create a dedicated air channel. Normally, the gas tank acts like a giant shield. It blocks air and creates a pocket of stagnant, hot air right where the engine needs it least. This small mechanical adjustment allows the natural forward motion of the bike to pull heat away. It is a low-cost, DIY fix for highway hauls. Speaking of cooling the heads, we need to talk about the limitations of liquid-cooled systems. Title card, number 5, the liquid cooling pump trap. Harley-Davidson introduced twin-cooled heads to solve heat issues, but it created a new point of failure. These systems only cool the area around the exhaust valves. This means the rest of the engine is still essentially an air-cooled machine. If the electric water pump fails, your bike will overheat faster than a standard model because of the extra plumbing. You must monitor your coolant levels and listen for the fan to kick on. Relying blindly on this system is a major mistake. A true master knows that technology is a tool, not a failsafe. To truly take control, you need to look at the brains of the operation. Title card number 84, the computer cheat code tuners. If you want to solve the lean burn issue, you need a digital intervention. Using an electronic tuner like the Vance & Hines FP4 allows you to richen the fuel mixture. You are essentially rewriting the factory software to prioritize engine health over government emissions mandates. By adding just a little more fuel, you can drastically lower internal cylinder temperatures. It is like giving your engine a cold glass of water. This is the single most effective hardware upgrade you can perform. It is not just about power, it is about thermal management. But even a perfect tune cannot help when there is no wind. This brings us to the next level of defense. Title card number 3, the active Air Force fans. When you are stuck in traffic, your cooling fins are useless without moving air. This is where active cooling systems like love jugs or badass fans come into play. These are high-velocity fans that mount directly to the side of the engine. They blow air across the cylinders even when you are standing perfectly still. The results are shocking, often dropping cylinder head temperatures by up to 100 degrees. These systems take the variable of traffic out of the equation. You gain peace of mind whether you are in a parade or gridlock. Now, let us look at some very recent warnings for those with the latest models. Title card number 2, the 2024 CVO Alert. If you have recently upgraded to the 2024 CVO Street Glide or Road Glide, you need to be aware of the latest updates. There have been reported recalls regarding wiring harnesses and cooling fan issues on these premium models. The tighter packaging and higher compression of the 121 cubic inch engines create a perfect storm for heat. Don't assume that because your bike is brand new and expensive that it is running at optimal temperatures. Keep an eye on your digital displays. Stay informed on these recalls to prevent a small wiring issue from turning into a total engine failure. Finally, we reach the most critical point on our list. Number 1, the fatal pinging warning. This is the one symptom you can never ignore. If you hear a metallic rattling or a pinging sound during acceleration, your engine is experiencing pre-ignition caused by extreme heat. This is the sound of your pistons and valves being hammered by uncontrolled explosions. It often happens when the oil temperature exceeds 300 degrees and the head temperature climbs past 350. If you feel the bike become sluggish or the throttle feels mushy, your engine is on the verge of a seizure. This is the ultimate industry truth. Your bike will tell you it is dying before it actually does. If you hear the ping, pull over immediately and let the machine cool down. Ignoring this sound is the fastest way to a $10,000 repair bill. By following the steps on this list, from upgrading your oil to installing a tuner, you can ensure you never hear that fatal sound. You now have the knowledge to protect your investment and ride with confidence. These simple, strategic moves save you thousands and keep you out of the clutches of the dealership service department. Stay tuned for our next video where we reveal the controversial truth about fuel additives and why most of them are a total waste of your hard-earned money.